Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. And then those of you who know me and my habits know that I'm not all that big on garage sales. Though this year, if they're on my way home from wherever I am and I see a sign and the sign looks interesting, I will follow it to the garage sale. Anyway, this year I picked up a whole hoard of Craftsman tools. Like this Craftsman Scroll saw. It says 10 bucks on it. I picked up the router table for $5, and she says, why don't you take the other thing for $5 also? So then I ended up with the scroll saw. Here's the router table. It did not come with the router, though it did come with that clip-on light. So that scroll saw, the light, and the router table, all of them together were 10 bucks. So I couldn't pass it up. I was, this quite honestly came from P&T Surplus. It had just come in. Unfortunately, its owner had aged out to the point where it was of no use to him. Anyway, I gave, and you can see that's a Craftsman, solid built. I gave him $25 for that. A little more money, but I thought it was well worth it. I have a Harbor Freight version of it, and I wanted a better one, and I think this Craftsman will fit the bill. So I do use the Harbor Freight one. It's kind of my throwaway grinder. Then there was this Delta bandsaw. I went to a garage sale. I was on the way home, and quite honestly, the truck was loaded. I had all that air conditioning stuff on the truck. Anyway, so I stopped at this garage sale, and guy says, you know, I'm closing up and all. I want $35 for it. Give me $25 and I'll throw in the spare blades. So when you're picking up a Delta bandsaw for 25 bucks. Now, those of you who also know anything about me know that I'm really not much of a woodworker. So probably the bandsaw and the scroll saw are going to go to my son's house out in Pennsylvania. He seems to like to work with wood. Particularly, he's got a supply. He gets pallets, really good stuff, and he recycles them. So hopefully he'll make good use of those two. The router table I'm not sure about yet. It's got all the guides. Yeah, I guess we'll call those guides. I've almost considered altering it to put a grinder underneath it with, you know, with the grinding wheel just sticking up a little bit. And with those guides and all, I was wondering if I couldn't do some decent metal work with it. So I don't know. I'm not sure about the router table. I need to talk to my son about that. I think if he's after it, I'll probably give it to him. The light also. You know, I'm keeping the grinder obviously, but for, I don't know, 25 and 10 for 35 bucks, I could go a long way towards setting up my son's woodworking shop. You know, and the nice thing about putting together a woodworking shop for your kid, he'll remember always that he, you know, got this from Dad. I'll also write on the side of it that, you know, I gave it to him and the date. So when he works out there, he'll see that, and if and when he works out there with grandkids, they'll see it also, that, you know, oh, this came from Grandpa. So I think that's pretty cool. If you're going to leave a legacy, leaving a legacy of tools and working with tools is not a bad legacy at all to leave. Anyway, I really, really want to thank all you folks for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember, feet down, heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.